I've been so busy with other things, and it's time to get back to this little sci-fi scene here. And I think if we're going to be out in space, we're going to need to drink coffee. So let's make a little sort of water cooler or coffee maker. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but we're going to come up with something. So let's just hide that stuff. And we'll bring in a cube and bring it up. And let's see if I can get my screencast keys going. Okay, so we'll start with that. I'm going to go into edit mode, press 3 for face selection mode. Grab that, look from the front. And I'm just going to bring this up a little ways. Let's make sure that I'm in global. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit E to extrude, bring it up. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Okay, now I'm going to select these edges here. And I'm going to go Control B to bevel and go like this. Take this face and extrude it up and scale it in like that. Bring it down. We'll do it like that. And I'm going to hit, we'll go with I. I to inset, pull it in just a little bit. And then with that edge still selected, I'm going to go Control B and pull. Give myself a little space like that. And then I'm going to hit E to extrude. I'm going to push it down just a small amount. Like that. And then in edge selection, that was number 2, I'm going to Shift Alt and click and get that edge and that edge. And Control B again. And pull just a little. To do that. So now let's come over here and add bevel. I'll go for 2 and 0.02 for now, and let's make sure I know what I'm doing. So this is that stuff and there's that stuff. Okay, now what I'll do is I'm going to take in face selection that face, I'm going to hit E and S, pull that in. I'll come in a bit more and then I'm going to extrude up. I'll go E and S again, come in like that, and then E and come down, and just have a space for where the water thing goes. I might make that smaller. In fact, I think I'll do that. I'm going to select that face and Control plus to expand my selection out to there, and then I'm going to scale Shift Z, pull it in. And I'm also going to, let's grab Shift Alt and click that edge, and Control B will bevel that as well. Just like this. You're going to catch just a bit more light. I might make that taller. We'll see. In fact, let's make the water, the bottle. I'm going to make it taller. So to do that, I'm going to go into face selection and Shift Alt and click there, and Control plus to expand my selection, and just pull that up. Okay. Now, Shift A, mesh, UV sphere. Let's make this 20 and 10. Let's start with that and try that. And bring that up. And I want to make sure for me, I'm in cycles and GPU computing cycle. You can look from the front. Go into edit mode and Z for wireframe and 1 for vertex. And I'm going to press B and box or border select and get rid of all that. Select that, Shift Alt to click that, E and come down a little ways like this. I think I'm going to have to shrink this whole thing down. I'm going to scale this in the Z as well. Okay, I'm going to take the whole thing, Shift D, I'm going to rotate Y 180. And pull it down like this. And then I'm going to Shift Alt and click that edge and that edge, and I'm going to go Control E, bridge edge loops. I'm going to, in object mode, I'm going to go Control 2, kind of subdivision surface of 2, and shade smooth. And now that I think about it, now I think maybe I do just want to scale it globally. Okay, so we'll have that. And now I'm going to take these two edges and I'm going to scale these in the Z. And bring them up like that. And then I'm going to, in face selection, Shift Alt and click all those. And I'm going to go E and Alt S and I'm going to push in. And then I'm going to bring an edge loop up and down. Close to the other edge, but not right at it. So let's get that effect. Now I might want to do more than that. Let's see if I want to bring another edge loop out to have that sharper. I think I probably do. So just another edge loop right here. Let's do that. Okay. Now let's take this and in vertex selection number 1, grab that point and delete it. And I'm going to take this E to extrude and bring it up. Just real simple stuff. E and S and come in, and then I'm going to grid fill that. I'm just going to leave it on the default, but I'll bring an edge loop down like this. Let's see if I'm happy enough with that. Something there. Okay, and now I'm going to take this and Shift H to isolate it, and I'm going to do a similar thing. Delete that and Shift Alt and click there from the front. E, I'm just going to bring it down. I'll bring an edge loop in. Alt H to bring that back. And take this guy and push it down. Yeah, that's the basic idea. All right, let's come down to this guy here and bring an edge loop down near the bottom. I'll make some kind of a base. Going to, in face selection, Shift Alt and click there. And I think I'll deselect that one. And I'm going to copy this, Shift D and P to break it out. I'm going to take this and hide it so I can see that better and go into edit mode, and I'm just going to S to scale it a bit so it's easily selectable. Alt H to bring everything back, so I got that. Take this, E and Alt S, and I'm going to push, I guess. No. If that happens, go Alt and recalculate outside. And just make sure I don't have any doubles or anything. Okay, E and Alt S. There we go. All right, so we got problems here. Okay, so let's come back to this. Shift Alt and click there. And I think I will Shift D and P to copy it. I'm going to select that and hide it. And take this. I'm just going to scale it a bit, and then it's more easily selectable. I think I'll get rid of that face actually. Take this and E and Alt S. All right, let's just do S. There we go. Not that. S, Shift Z. There we go. That's better. Shift Alt and click that edge, and we'll pull it down. Yeah, that's what I'm just going to scale it in. Okie dokie. Yeah. Yeah, let's just scale this in his head though. Okay, now I want to join these up, and so I'm going to put an edge loop right there. Look down from the top and in wireframe, box select all of this stuff and delete those vertices. And then I can put a mirror on. I'll try clipping on as well. I'm going to grab this face. I'll look in top view and I'm going to hit E and I'm going to come over. And I think I like that so far, so now I'm going to hit I to inset. And then I'm going to hit E to extrude. I'll come over. So from the top, let's straighten this out in the X. So let's go SX0. I'll get rid of that face. And then I will select the edge and we'll just bring it in. Like that. Okay, and I'm going to apply the mirror. And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to Shift Alt and click that and dissolve that edge, and then put some edges back in. Just roll my mouse up a bunch of times like that. And here, scale in the Z, and I'm just going to. Oh, am I in some kind of? Yeah, I'm in individual origins, so that's why. I don't know why I was. Just make a bit of a region here, so I can hit 3 for face selection and just select just the sort of inside there. Yeah, I'll hit I. Sometimes you have to hit I twice to do it like that, and then hit E to extrude. And now I do want to be in individual origins. I'm going to scale in the X, and that allows me to scale them in the X individually and also in the Z. And that'll just catch a bit more light like that. Okay, I think I'm going to switch the bevel over to 0.01. And we got that. Very simple stuff. Okay, let's save that. Let's come in here and select in 3, the face selection. Select that, I to inset. Make a little place where the cup comes out. Let's scale it a bit more. And let's scale this in the Z. And bring it up. Scale the X a bit more. I'm going to extrude it back in nice and far, so there's enough room for a cup to fit in there. All right. It might be a bit too high. So we could put a cup in there. Have a little dispenser out there. Now I'm thinking this isn't big enough. So look at this. What if I scale Shift Z? No, I don't want it like that. What if I scale it globally? Okay. I think I would prefer that. So I'll come back into here and never mind, face selection. Just select the whole thing here. I'm going to scale Shift Z. I might even want this wider. Scale Shift Z. Did I lose some of my... Maybe Shift Alt and click there and pull that down. Maybe that's what it's missing. That's okay like that. Alright, well, let's carry on anyhow. That might be too big still, but I think I do want to pull it down from the top. Alright, well, let's select that and Shift S, cursor selected, bring the 3D cursor there so I can bring in a cylinder. I'll make it 22 and nothing. And let's make sure I go back to median point. And that's fine. And I'll go into edit and scale. Let's start getting a sense of a cup in there. I'm going to select that edge and scale it in a bit. Just imagine that was there. I'll deal with that in a second. Okay, let's Shift H and isolate that, and Shift Alt and click there. And I'm going to Shift Alt and click there as well. And I am going to switch back to individual origins, E and S. And then I'm just going to bridge edge loops. I'm not going to fill the bottom, and you're not going to see it. I'm going to do that, and then bring in an edge loop up near the top. Shift Alt and click there. Let's get back to median point though. E and Alt S and pull out. And on this I am going to put the subdivision surface. I'll try 1 and see what 1 is like. Bring an edge loop up here. Bring an edge loop down there. And maybe we'll bevel these. Control B, just like that. Sort of supporting edges. No one's going to see the inside, but just in case. Or the bottom, but just in case. Let's Alt H and bring everything back. Let's scale Shift Z. Okay, I'm going to make this area a little bit smaller in a minute. Or now. Okay, let's grab in face selection this and this. Let's scale this in the X. Grab this one and pull it down. Like that. I don't think we want to do anything else really to that. But what we will do, well, I don't know, what size coffee do you want? What we will do on the side, let's just bring the 3D cursor to the power. That's good enough. Let's bring in another cylinder. Okay. And pull it out here. Scale Shift Z. And press G to grab or go or whatever it is. Take this upper edge here and pull it down. And this one, I'm going to pull down here. I'm going to hit E to extrude, come down, and just S to do that. I think I'll use solidify to give it some thickness, and then just crank this up like that. Press apply. And then we'll make a little section here. Bring an edge loop up near the top and Control B, where it will give it some attachment to the wall here. E and Alt S and push. I will add a subdivision surface to this, so I'll need some supporting edges. So I'm going to select that sharp edge and that one, and this one, and this one. And I'm going to go Control B and pull a little bit, just so I have this. I might roll my mouse up one. Why not? I'll need more down near the bottom. Let's go Control 2 for this one. Yeah, we'll need a little bit more. So, but what I want to do is come down here with an edge loop, and down here with an edge loop. I'm not going to see underneath there, although maybe it would look nicer if we did something like that. And the idea is I would take one of these, bring it over, maybe more than one. We got some coffee cups there. Maybe I'll take another one and just have it sticking out the bottom. So like a whole bunch of them. Because you're not going to see the bottom, so and I don't need to fill that in. I'll work on this. I'm just going to put an edge loop up and down like that. And then I'm going to, in face selection, Shift Alt and click and get all that. Shift D and P to break it out. I'm going to hide that. So I got that piece there selected. I'm going to scale it out. And then I'm going to Alt H, bring everything back and go back into this. And I'm going to scale it back in actually. E and Alt S, made out like that. But I'm going to select it and scale this in the Z. I don't need it that thick. And I'm going to bring it up. And that's going to sort of hold it to the wall. And what we'll do is we'll scale Shift Z. We'll scale it in. So it's just like hugging it. Let's loop up and down. You know, and if we really wanted to, we could get rid of these interfaces. I haven't been doing much of that. I'll sharpen it up as well. I don't know how easy it is to tell what that is. Maybe I can scale Shift Z, make it even narrower. You know, sort of fit inside there. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense to do that. If anything, it's got to be wider. Scale Shift Z. All right. I can move everything out as well. Let's look from the front and see where we're at. In fact, maybe I'll set the origin of geometry on that. So maybe I'll do something here. Control 3 to look from the other side. So I got this, and I got this and this and this. Maybe central. Not that much. Maybe. Let's hit E to extrude and bring them in, and we'll scale in the Y. Put an edge loop there. Maybe I can get rid of these faces. I don't know if this is going to look any good. You know, so it joins. Maybe I do want it there. Okie dokie. And let's go over. I'm just wondering. Yeah, let's go over here first. And select that, Shift D to duplicate it, pull it out, P to break it out, make it a new object, set the origin of geometry on this guy, go in there, scale it, bring it a bit closer so I get a sense of what I'm doing here, and I make like a little panel thing. I'm going to extrude it out, and then I'm going to take this bottom edge, pull it up like that, and then I'm going to let's see what happens if I okay, let's move it out for a second here. Let's grab this back face and extrude it so that I get a flat part there too. That'll look better, I think. Now what if I grab all of these edges and bevel, but with no segments? I don't think I like that part there. Anyways, what I'm going to do is that's going to go in there. I can get rid of that back face in a bit. Let's I want some of this, and I want to here, scale in the Y, and I'm going to select all these. It's the typical kind of stuff. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe that bottom one too. And then I. Yeah, they're individual. Yeah, you see, I don't like how close that one is, I don't think. So I'm going to back out of that. Maybe now I'll hit I. And then just in. What do you say we go back to individual origins so we can scale this first of all in the Y just a little bit, and then in the Z. Scale in the Z. So I'm going to select it all and scale in the X. It's just a thinner panel. See what that looks like, and then I'll consider. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I'll get rid of the back face, I guess. Shift H. And in wireframe. Okay. Is that on? What else do we need to do? Some kind of a button panel. What did I do? Shift D. Oh no. P. Just thinking, I don't know. Let's inset it like that. Scale in the X a bit. Let's make sure we go back to median point as well some days. Select it all, extrude it out, and set the origin of geometry on this. Let's push it back. Scale it. I don't know, I just feel like it needs something else there. And then, let's try that other. Maybe it needs. Well, let's make it a bit bigger at first. Oh, I already have. Okay, let's grab this edge then and just pull it. Is that what I want to do? No, that's not what I want to do yet. I want to do something different. I think I want a flat area there, and then I'll pull that. It's not so sharp. It's got, you know, a flat, and then it goes in. And I just think I wanted that there. All right. And now, just real simple. Because it's part of the scene. Scale in the Y. Just a button panel of some sort. That's the question of how wide to make this relative to this. I was thinking of just copy that and scale it and make a button, extrude it. I can even get rid of that face and then select a piece, Control L and P will break it out for now. Select it and set the origin of geometry, and then just rotate it. I'll go back and edit mode though. We'll rotate X 180 and maybe edge selection. Never mind. Face selection. Control B. Just for us to catch a bit more light. And then just position these. Period key to zoom in. Make sure it's in. And then array it, let's say. That's going to be enough for your drink selections. How many different ways can you have your coffee? Just do that. Or maybe just copy this by eye. Those are big buttons. And they're rather high as well. Let's scale those into Z. You get the idea. Just thinking. Oops, still crossover. Am I an individual? Nope. E S. I can delete this if I don't like it. E. I was thinking this is somewhere where you have to do your credit card. And then what I would do a couple things as I would, I'll inset that again a bit and I'll pull it down. Just a tiny bit of a lip-like thing there. And what I'll also do is I'll come in here and I'll select that face and I will go into individual origins and I'll scale this to the X. And in the Y, and I'll get a bit of that effect. Now, there's a bevel on there. This piece doesn't have it, so I gotta Shift Alt and click there. Control L, modifiers. Okay, now it's got a bevel, and it looks a little bit better. It's just a question of if I need to do the credit card. Have your credit card in space? Shift D, let's copy that and scale it, and then extrude it down. Or ID card or something. I don't know if that looks good. It's all one piece. It's okay, we're just messing around. And then I was thinking of just rotating it. Oopsie, yeah, that's going to be an issue. First of all, let's go to median point. Okay. Literally was thinking of doing that. I literally was. And that is it. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, that is it. Yep. And then, so that is, let's select all that and right click, move to collection, new collection. I'll call that water cooler. So I'd this as a water cooler and have that stuff coming back. And then what I can do is just select, okay, just this one, select objects, and I don't know, water cooler, coffee maker, whatever you want to call it. Let's look from here. Okay, let's look from the front actually. No, okay, let's look from the side then. Let's rotate Z90. Yeah. So now you got this nice little collection of stuff here. And that might be too big, but you got a little scene going on. You can sit around and have your meeting and discuss the aliens. Do an internet search and get yourself some coffee or water or whatever it is. Tang, whatever the astronauts are going to drink. Okay, cool. All right, let's leave it at that for now. We'll try to get back to you soon with more. I've been very busy, but I really do want to do more of this. Thanks for watching.